to James, but the play just didn't work out. Michigan Tech now, and across the line with some speed, but Olsen there, great dogged determination on the back check. Pietila, his shot there deflects off a leg and back out to center. Single digits left in this power play. Some nice moves by Sawyer. On the point it goes. Anderson is out of the box, changing directions. Fanti a big save there. He hasn't seen a lot of rubber here in the opening 20 minutes. 0 shots on that power play for Michigan Tech.
Yeah, like you said, they had that first shot of the game, then Duluth went on a spree there. Right now the shots are 10-2. Good reaction from Fanti with the leg on just the third shot he's seen all day.
A little over 6 minutes to go in the opening period. They wave off icing at the last second. Clevin down there, the forecheck. The defensive work from Russell for Michigan Tech, and he's got a few friends along for the ride as well. Russell, head up, across center. Small forward, wearing number 10 for Minnesota. Duluth now flies in on the forecheck. It's Mosley moving it out. A little stumble there from Nardella, but has a lot of support around him.
He got tripped up by his own teammate, Trenton Bliss, as he had some good speed coming through the neutral zone. Unfortunately, Bliss caught a blade. And
oh, Trenton, you can't do that. We had a chance to talk to that personable young man yesterday. Roth, the steal, scores! Kobe Roth gets Minnesota Duluth started.
One of those super seniors with a great play. He caused a turnover on the wall. Play, he gets that turnover and uses that screen in front of him. I think it was Caro that tried to block it, almost act like a goalie, but made a little tip on the puck, made the direction. And it wasn't a very hard shot by Roth, just trying to get into the net. He puts it there, goes off Roth's leg possibly. It's past Pietila and a huge goal. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Kobe Roth puts the Bulldogs on the board.
Especially stings even more knowing that Michigan Tech is without one of their best players, Brian Hallonen, for the rest of the game. As you see, 15th goal of the season. It's confirmed a good goal for Kobe Roth.
$100 bill, a broken stick.
But it was the stick of Kobe Roth that scored the only goal of the period. And those Bulldogs off to a great start. End of the period here in Loveland. Now let's send it to the crew in the studio for the NCAA Hockey Intermission Report.
All right, Dan and Kathy, thank you so much from Loveland. This is the Intermission Report. Welcome inside our Bristol studios. John Brickley alongside Andrew Raycroft and Mike Motto. This is a Minnesota Duluth team that's trying to make it to a 5th straight Frozen Four. But let's start with Michigan Tech, guys. If you told me that your best player would get ejected with a 5-minute major early on in this first period, and you only gave up 1 goal at the end of the first period, would you take that as a victory?
You'd have to at this point. It's such a tough break for their leader, their Hobie Baker finalist, Brian Hallonen, going into the corner. I'm not sure, Mots. It's just tough to kick a kid out of this tournament with that penalty.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, the refs have to have a better feel. It wasn't straight on. They were both kind of heading back up ice. And to lose a player like that at this stage of the season, it's extremely difficult for that Michigan Tech team.
It really is. That's a heck of a stick break, too, over the knee. Strong man. Kobe Roth, huge goal for Minnesota Duluth. The turnover at the blue line. We talked about how important it is at the lines in these one-and-done games. Roth rips it on net. It goes off Michael Carroll, the defenseman in front. Slides past Patello.
Well, 15th goal of the year for Roth, and keep in mind, Michigan Tech is going to start off that second period with 24 seconds left on the power play. So a chance to potentially tie this game early on in the second period. A very busy day around the NCAA tournament for men's hockey. We saw earlier Minnesota State tested by the Harvard Crimson. Could the Ivy League champs potentially pull off the upsets? With the lone goal, the first period has Minnesota Duluth up. He's with Dan and Cappy after that first period.
Kobe, how big was it for you guys to score the first goal?
Yeah, that's huge. Obviously, playing a tough opponent like this, I know we're gonna play them, or they're gonna play us. Sorry. So it's good to get that first one. You know, I just got to try and keep that momentum going in the second and third here.
Taking it through that play, Kobe, what did you see? You got the turnover, and was it just a matter of getting the puck on net? Did you see a little hole through the defender?
Yeah, turnover by them. Kind of had a little bit of open ice there, so didn't really see a spot. Just kind of had a little bit of room, so I tried to just put it on net. Might have tipped off their guy, honestly. But yeah, fortunate enough to have it go in there, so that's big.
Playing Michigan Tech, it looks like there's not a whole lot of room on the ice out there tonight.
Yeah, not at all. Like I said, they're a big, tough team. Not a lot of open ice at all. Just got to make smart plays, get pucks behind their D, communicate as a team, and keep going here.
Thanks, Kobe.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope you're off one of those super seniors for Minnesota Duluth. Motts, how do they carry this momentum if you're Minnesota Duluth into the second period?
Well, just kill this penalty early on, and then just keep playing that heavy game that they know how to play. They're battle-tested, they've been here before, they play in tight games very well, so nothing has to really change for Minnesota Duluth.
On the other side, Michigan Tech, how do they bounce back?
Well, get in the room, regroup, lost our best player, but now it's rally by committee. And everyone, you got to, as a group, come together and find a way to win for that offensive leader.
Again, Brian Hallinan, their top scorer, out for the rest of this game because of that 5-minute major. But so far, Minnesota Duluth trying to make it to 5 straight Frozen Four appearances. So far, so good. Second period from Loveland is coming up after the break.
More difficult without number 12.
Cates, Bender, big hit, shot there. Putting down his man with authority, Colin Sawyer. It's an icing.
Wow, what a hit. Nice shots, lining up, head down on Sawyer, shoulder right into the chest. Get another look at it. Solid hit from senior, another one of those 13 seniors.
Cappy, is that what the young hockey players call getting caught in the rails?
You know, I think so. You're trying to move around one guy, and you know, you get your head down. You get your head down to make sure you stun the puck, and then the next layer, and that's what Duluth does. They layer in defense, and that's what we're looking at. Another second hit that's being reviewed. I mean, this is happening a lot. Physical game. I'm gonna look here.
The follow-through is what concerns me if I'm a Duluth fan.
The biggest point is the contact first. If he makes contact with the chest before the head, I think we got a little unlucky there. This referee skates right by as the contact was being made on that angle. So that was a great angle to look at that play. It looks like we're clear. Everything went we're good. And they review efficiently, get on, get off, and move on and get the puck back.
It's the only course this afternoon. Tonight it's the University of Denver and UMass Lowell. A little over 9 minutes to go in the middle period here from Colorado. Belligerent on the forecheck there is Jesse Jacques. Bender will help keep it in. There's Jacques. His pass is picked off by Pietila. Pietila leads the Brigade. What a move, Pietila in. Bandita save! Just keeps it out. Michigan Tech's best goal-scoring chance of this game. And they've looked dangerous here in the second period. Batting that puck around now is Ashbrook. Finding the right exit, Minnesota Duluth. Bender for Jacques. Back to Bender down low. Waiting for teammates to arrive who are changing. Swooping in. Michigan Tech will take it and play it hard off the glass. They wave off a potential icing as that puck had a little backspin on it. Rail out at center. The ladder road. Pass is intercepted, but it's recovered by Minnesota Duluth. Good stick there by Roth. Michigan Tech now. Foiled there, right over the blue line. Anderson waits for the puck. Spins it up the wall, kept in by Michigan Tech, but only for a moment. Lateral. Dropping to Roth, a slap shot. And that took a deflection out of play.
Puck plays after Yetlin. Made a great play in the D zone. Little toe drag on Kaiser. Andy was going for the post. Luckily, he's able to still get it on his shoulder as he's reaching out. Gets him in the shoulder, goes over that. What a move by number 13. One of the guys, key, is Brian Hallinan out of the game. Yellow's one of those guys along with his brother in net. They're going to be huge keys.
Ashbrook in front. A lot of hooking and holding going on. Finally, we have a whistle. And it's going to be a hooking call. Goats going to the box.
Lay gets that stick. Goats gets that stick under the armpit of Yellow. He's really elevated his game. Created earlier. Now he draws the penalty. Number 2 ranked power play in the country going back to work is Coates' brother now. Eric will try to make his younger brother pay after daring Coates to hooking penalty. That's going on the power play.
0 for 2 this afternoon with the advantage. This afternoon or evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Sawyer kicks up his skate to let that pass go through to Goats. Now kick back to Sawyer. The wrist shot didn't get through the congestion. 5 minutes to go in the period. Sawyer. To Bliss. Down low it goes. Kataroff. Bliss along the boards. Working the puck around. Not getting the shots though here so far, Tech. Goats. Flicking it back. Bliss. Off a leg, never saw Fanti.
Good stick by Lohi and gets the clear. Good job by the Bulldogs. Nick Paratino had one crack at the rebound, and he makes a good play. Dangerous on all angles. As Bliss told us, they come at you from different spots, not the same, looking for the shots from the circles. They go down low, they'll get it up top to their shooters.
50 seconds to go in the power play for Tech. And another big clear. This one for Cates. One shot so far during this power play for the Huskies. Caro launching it in. Speaking of launching, look at Fanti trying to launch it down the ice.
I'm sure he's a little frustrated with himself, knowing that face-off's going to come back down. Because that got a lot on it, but went right into the penalty, went into the Tech box.
Mr. D, here in this region, you can say there's some championship experience. Okay. Gophers were in this region last year. In the last 20 years, there's only been 2 teams with back-to-back national championships. University of Denver and University of Minnesota. And Duluth as well. There's Minnesota Duluth now fighting in front. .325 to go in the second period. Goes is out of the box. Michigan Tech's power play has expired. James on the forecheck. He's knocked down to the ice, but still has some fight left in him. Gloved in by Gainey. Checking over his shoulder, Wyatt Kaiser to see who's coming. Bender flying down the near boards. Bender slides it right through the crease. Gets it right back. He's quickly eliminated. They're back at it, though. Life hasn't wrapped up, at least trying. Now scurrying to center, Michigan Tech. The dump, and now the chase. And it ends up on the stick of Minnesota Duluth. On the counter, Noah Cates dropping it off. Save there. Pietila. Approaching the final 2 minutes of the second period. Glove down by Anderson. He's had a good game. Shoots it from a bad angle there. Not a problem for Pietila. Rail in from the point. Shot out of play. Michigan Tech. We're going to see who wants to get to the Frozen Four. Real bad. 1 period of regulation left as we send you back to the ESPN studio after 40 minutes.
All right, Dan Campbell, thank you so much. Welcome inside our Bristol studios. John Brickley, always a pleasure to be joined by Hobie Baker winner Mike Motto, along with Calder Trophy winner back in 2004. Not to date you by any means.
Well, you did.
But so far, Kobe Ross, the super senior for Minnesota Duluth, has been the difference maker. His goal in the first period. But let's talk about the goaltending for just a moment. Ryan Fanti came into this game with back-to-back shutouts, and he's proving that through 40 minutes.
Up to 71 shots straight saved in the last 8 periods. Ryan Fanti, undrafted Richter finalist here. He's going to sign a big NHL deal in the next couple weeks. Really solid. Love how he plays the puck. Love how he controls back behind his Minnesota Duluth defense. They're so solid. He moves the puck D to D out of the zone. Really solid.
Yeah, for Michigan Tech, I believe they played a much better period. Team defense, and Blake Pietila, he is the stabilizing force back there, but I think their D did a really good job at eliminating quality chances. Michael Caro, grad transfer from BC, doing a really good job back there.
Well, the number's not trending the way of Michigan Tech. 0 for 4 in this game on the power play. They're also 0-7-1 after trailing 2 periods, right now down 1-0 to Minnesota Duluth. What about Harbor matching up with a team many consider to be one of the favorites to go into Boston in the Frozen Four? Minnesota State highlights coming up.
Sean, a goaltender at Lake State and an engineering major. Coach Ryan Miller, Jr. back in the day. Ooh, quick opportunity there. Just breezing through the crease. Now looking to counter. But running into Wyatt Kaiser, and that disrupts the rush. And now we hear the whistle for an icing. Little tap in through the crease.
Wilson just kind of turned around. If he's in a shooting opportunity there, he's got a grade A chance. Just kind of twisted around into a turning back towards his own lane. If he's got his skates turned up, he might be able to go with his backhand there on the far side.
Shots dead even. 19-19. Ryan Fanti, the Bulldogs goaltender, is getting close to a shutout streak of 190 minutes. Center is Russell. Swung towards the goal, but it didn't make it there. Fanti uses his stick so well to protect the blue penny. This is Roth. Bodies rattling the boards. And it's Bean. Clearing for Michigan Tech. Now swung in on the backhand. Pietila. A solo mission as his teammates were changing. Whistle stays silent. Pietila shoves it in front. Cover back for Minnesota Duluth as Roth helping defensively. Now it's Roth. Got 3 shots on target in this game, and the only goal. Rushed up the boards by Fanti. Here comes Gillian with Roth. Gillian will swing wide. Throws it towards the goal. Pietila making the stick stop. Roth down low. Leaves for Gillian. Bulldogs trying to add to their 1-0 lead. So they can breathe a little easier. Back to the point, Goats. Keeps it in the zone, not once, but twice.
Fucking exploded on him. He had Roth off to the side of the net, trying to get it to him. Just a grenade off the end of his stick. A bouncing puck, but good job of keeping it in, like you said, after that. Would have had a grade A chance down over the
Bender rotates to wedge it in. There's Cates with stick lift there, but Michigan Tech still ends up with possession. Nick Nardella. Trenton Bliss now flying into the forecheck, but we hear a whistle for an icy and a few moves.
You can hear Trenton Bliss too, upset. He looked like the first guy in on that puck.
Massachusetts, the action begins on Thursday, April 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the 2022 NCAA Frozen Four, visit ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Bulldogs won the face-off, but it's Michigan Tech coming to center now, bringing it into the zone. Soretsky. Matt Anderson giving the Husky a rough ride into the glass. That's blocked by Bender. Dipping shot bounding wide. Bender winding up in his own zone for the University of Minnesota Duluth. 5.5 minutes gone in this third period. Bender knew he was going to get hit, but he needed and wanted to get that puck in deep, and he does so. Sawyer, backpedaling, has to watch it with Loney there, loitering near the blue line. Again, it's Loney, almost creating a turnover.
This fourth line has been fantastic, gaining some confidence from Coach Sandlin.
Turnover, watch out, in, shoots, scores!
Johnny on the spot, Tyler Clevin. This fourth line, I just pointed out the whip on the breakout from Gold Sleeve. Clevin alone in front of the net. He goes under the bar over Hill, shoulder, and gives a Bulldog a 2-0 lead. That fourth line, I said, they earned more trust from Coach Sandlin, getting more ice time, and it pays off here in the third period.
What a pretty finish. Perfectly placed shot. Looks like a guy who scored 50 goals instead of just his second career goal, and it's a humongous one. Levin with the big goal now, 2-0 for Minnesota Duluth with 13.5 minutes to go.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Nickname Sandy. He's got a tough demeanor, but he's like a big teddy bear, and he's had a lot of success here guiding Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah, you know, he's gained a lot of, obviously, trust from his players. So when he's hard on them, he knows they know it's with a purpose. And I think, I'm not saying he's softened, but I think he's learned how to, pull back his intensity a little, and I think his players appreciate that. Clearly, it's working, the fact that they've gone to the final 4 times in a row. First time, starting to get used to it up there.
Scott Sandlin's son plays for Minnesota City, too, as well. He was watching pregame, enjoying some coffee today. 11.5 minutes to go. Now a 2-0 cushion for the Bulldogs. Santi, you could hear him make that save.
Solid off that blocker. Great move there by Michael Carroll. I mentioned him earlier, the transfer from BC's got much more of an opportunity. He's taking well advantage of it. Nice patience. He works it through the stick, gets it on net. He's been really good. Doesn't give up a rebound. As Ashbrook was waiting on the doorstep.
Minnesota failing to clear in the first attempt. Just looking for a little room to breathe with the puck now. Cates off the stick, so no danger of an icing. These two teams battling for an opportunity to fight for a chance to get to the Frozen Four this Saturday. Ryan Fanti, he's kept the shutout streak alive.
Yeah, he had that early one you saw. That was in the first couple minutes. Didn't see a lot of pucks. This was a big one. Like I said, he was late getting over the other side. I actually think it benefited him a little bit to kick it out to his right. When he has left a rebound for the taking, the Bulldogs have been there to help him out. Great save there. He had a solid play up over 190 minutes or getting close to that.
See it into his glove, and we talked about Scott Sandlin a little bit. Of course, he's flirted with NHL jobs and might still sometime in the future. But my favorite quality of him, Kathy, talking to him this week, he's a quietly intense guy. He said, I will never, ever single a player out. And I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I think he also stated he does need to single a guy. He takes him in a private conversation away from everyone else. So it's not a bit of targeting, so to speak. And, you know, I think the players appreciate that kind of thing. Like I said earlier, when he does those other things, his players, like he said, he's gained enough credit with them that they believe in everything he's doing as a purpose. Has a purpose.
Usually get better results, too, when you don't embarrass somebody for making a mistake. All 4 games are also available in the ESPN app. And right from the face-off, Michigan Tech, Gainey getting a look. Now, Gainey helps keep the puck in, works it down low. Fanti, that holds but twice. Gainey saving saves there. And the shutout streak lives on. He'll whip it up the boards. Tech now, another opportunity. Fanti denies it. Mosley with the opportunity there.
Little icing on top, comes out to attack that Mosley shot, but what a leg. Back to back. Ryan Fanti is hot as a jalapeno right now. Unbelievable the goaltending you're seeing from him. You think things are quiet, all of a sudden bang bang from Tech. He's there to make those saves. Get a look at these. Great turnover at the blue line. Backhand, 2 backhands, one from the righty, then Mosley, his second, and he gets another opportunity. Mosley here at that backhander, man, if he lifts it, he gets it in, but that's a tough play. You know, you're off of a rebound there. You're just trying to get it on there. A great save with that left leg. Might get a little extra dinner tonight after that save.
That second one had NHL written all over it. Lightning quick speed to shut out that pad. Wave off a potential icing, Noah Cates. First on the forecheck. Joined by Jacques. It's Cates. Wrapped up. He's able to kick it back to the point. Kaiser. Unable to get the shot through. It was blocked. Muffled off the body of Ashbrook. Duluth leading 2-0. Kaiser stubbornly keeps that puck in, but finally it's Tech getting it out. And now a turnover. Pietila walks over the line. It's Ashbrook. Shot changing directions wide off the stick. Kaiser. And the puck is out of play with exactly 8. 5 minutes to go, down 2-0 Michigan Tech. Chance taking time now. Biondi picks off the pass. Mishiak sparring there for the puck. But it's controlled by Minnesota Duluth. Gallatin smacking it in. Gainey in across the line to Mosley. Putting it wide, and it leaves the zone. Kataroff. Changing directions is Caro. Gives to Nardella. Nardella with toe drag. Couldn't get the shot away. There's bodies all around him. Sticks flying everywhere. Centered in front. Trying to get the shot away. Doesn't get through. It does with the rebound. Fanti stops it again. The Fanti show continues here in Colorado. So does shutout hockey. Duluth leads Michigan Tech. 2-0 here late.
Your goalie is so locked in like that defensively. Nardella did a great job. What a shift by him. 7 in black and gold. Gets up, wins that puck, comes around the net. Has centered it, makes another. He gets another chance out front. Fanti makes the save. As now we're under 4 minutes. With 4 minutes left, Michigan Tech has decided to pull their goalie, go with 6 attackers down 2. I don't blame him. I think this is the right play from Coach Sean.
30-second timeout. The great goaltending that we've seen from Ryan Fanti today. I harken back to a quote from a guy who coached back at Ohio State, I think in the late 60s. The great Harry Neal saying goaltending is 75% of hockey. Unless you don't have it, then it's 100%. One of my all-time favorite quotes, and he's got a lot of them.
That is a good quote. I think that was a good timeout. I don't think they were prepared. The Bulldogs were prepared for a 6-on-5 attack. Like I said, I think this is a good idea from Coach Sean. This is it, right? You got nothing to lose, whether you lose by 2 or 3. You get that extra attacker out right now. So Coach Sandlin calls the timeout to kind of just refresh the troops on what they like to do. 6-on-5.
North Dakota, Notre Dame, 6 Eastern on ESPNU. Fighting for an opportunity to play Saturday, and the next stop would be a Frozen Four.
That's going to be a great battle tonight. A lot of team speed from North Dakota. The coaching of Jeff Jackson, the structure that Notre Dame plays under, the goaltending they have from Matthew Goliath. It's going to be an epic battle of wills, so to speak.
In our matchup, UMass Lowell taking on the University of Denver. As you see the empty net for Michigan Tech going for broke here with 4:06 to go, down 2-0. Roth wins the faceoff. He started the goal scoring of this game. Be appropriate as he ended it. Michigan Tech now attacking. Pietla, unable to work it in deep.
Good stick at the blue line. Gilling there, batted that puck out of midair, has foiled the Tech offense.
Good defensive stance causes a potential offside. They miss the empty net.
Rail there, going for it. I think that's something the coaches will be a little more okay with in a 2-0 lead. Couple turnovers have been the difference today. Roth with the goal that might have went off Caro in front, fooled Pietla, and then the turnover. Like goes Tyler Klepp with his second career goal, second of the year for the freshman. Moving a 2-goal lead, and we stand.
Michigan Tech looking for their first goal of the game. Little jam play in front. A lot of bodies there. Squirts loose. Hustling back to hold in is Thorne. To Caro. Nardella's in front. Instead, they kick it back to the point. Caro to Thorne, back to Caro. Straight away for Mosley. Now the drive, and Fanti has it wrapped up in his glove.
Bulldogs doing a good job. I mean, there's a lot of bodies in front of the net, but it looked like to me that Fanti saw that all the way as the Huskies moving around, get it up top. That puck was going wide, but if Fanti will take a face-off any time, there saw it into his glove, kind of like a shortstop, line drive.
Empty net for Michigan Tech. Under 3 minutes to go. They gain the line. Berrettino now in the shooting position. Down low, they keep trying this jam play. Kataroff is in the midst of it. Puck's still available, apparently. And they
7 guys in the slot there.
a football game. Diving play to get that puck out. And the play is blown dead here with 2:16 remaining. You see the efforts from both teams, and really you haven't seen any of that hijinks, close whistle. You can tell it's playoff time.
Serious business. The Bulldogs doing a really good job in front of their net, just trying to find any way to creep that puck past Banzi. Boy, I don't care how it goes in, off the shin guard or anything. As the referee's discussing, this puck's going to stay in the zone. And Bill, the puck was kind of riding on the dashboard right at the bench of the Bulldogs. Maybe thought the goalie on the bench might have touched it, so the faceoff will stay in the offensive zone for the Huskies.
Nardello will take it. Opposite. James. James goes down to the ground. Gets the puck. Should say goes down to the ice. Brett Thorne handles it down low. Detected by the lines, and that puck had just gone out of play.
Rays off of that netting. This puck getting off. Try to get the 4 guys out here. Ashbrook out there with Nardella, Ziziak, Mosley. These guys have played a really good game. Mosley's had a couple really good opportunities.
Ashbrook wins the faceoff. Carroll gets it down low. Took a weird deflection, but right back onto a stick of a Tech player, Mishiak. Motors in front. Loses it, and it's cleared by Lauderdale. More time off the clock. Minute 50 remaining.
With a 2-0 lead, will take their icings if it comes to that. Leave the pressure. Take a breath. Refocus.
That is empty. A reminder for Michigan Tech. James wins it, but Tech's got the puck. Trendless maneuvers it down low. Ferentino deals it back on the point to go. So close call there by Fanti. Minute 35 left. Kataroff bulldozed. That puck is rolling along the boards. James, it looked like he might be able to clear it, then he got a little break as it caroms off him and down the ice. 28 saves on the day so far for Ryan Fanti, guarding that Minnesota Duluth goal.
Second effort there by James off his shin pad, so it didn't go for an icing.
Worked in front, but still unable to get the shot away. Thorne now. That's high and wide over the crossbar. 52 seconds to go. And another clear and another icing on its way.
Carroll gets back as fast as possible. Every second counts right now for the Huskies, trying to get that one goal to just give them a chance for making that one shot, making a one-shot game. Carroll speeding back. 49 seconds remaining. You'll see right now, referee, the timeout sign for the Michigan Tech Huskies.
See our game next, University of Denver. That's going to be an interesting chess match. That young Denver speed versus the defensive posture from UMass Lowell. And the cool thing that we heard yesterday, every team thinks they're the favorite of the tournament.
Well, yeah, we started that with that, and it didn't blow me away. I just really love the confidence that every team showed in those meetings. Every one of them thought they were the favorite to win this region, and why wouldn't you? I think that's a mentality you got to come in with. Nobody's playing for second place. Just sit here and wait, and tonight's game will decide the other half. And who wants to play in that 2 o'clock matinee Mountain Time on Saturday afternoon?
Big difference. Thanks to him, he's the best penalty killer, as usually the case in hockey, the goaltender, but they shut down the second best power play in the nation. Michigan Tech 0 for 3 today. Really didn't generate a ton of shots on the power play.
Yeah, obviously, missing their top Rifleman and Ryan Hallinan for all the power plays. You hate to just wonder what could have been. Fortunate for him, but we're standing here, 49 seconds left, 2-0 Bulldogs.
It's been a penalty-free third period here, 45 seconds to go, and that puck just keeps...
I feel like we're breaking a record here today with pucks going up off the glass, too. Both of them are hitting the glass first and going up. It's got a little springboard out of bounds right now.
It's called inching your way towards the finish line here in Colorado. Duluth hoping the score line holds. Still an empty net. Bliss wins the faceoff. Katarov. Pianola. 32 seconds. A bad angle. That shot's blocked by Cates, and he's been doing a lot of good defensive work here late. Looks like the bench might have touched that puck. That's why we hear that whistle that everybody's a little confused about.
Yeah, I was looking up in the air trying to find a floating puck. Went into the bench again, so the faceoff will remain in front of Ryan Fanti as Cates puts it up off the glass. She's back in the play.
Michigan Tech. Their net is empty. 18 seconds to go. Jam up of bodies along the near boards. Roth clears it towards the empty net. He's got his second of the day. Minnesota Duluth, we'll see you Saturday. They're moving on.
Obi Roth, the man that started the scoring for the Bulldogs in the first period, finishes it off. Kind of I'd say maybe a sandwich, a 56er. Gets the right bounce back to the left a little bit. Puts it in the empty net. Under 10 seconds to go. You're up 2. Why not go for the long shot? He puts it right in the center of the net. And like you said, ends this game. Great effort from the Bulldogs, and of course their netminder, Kobe Roth, a fifth-year senior, highlighting the score, able 2 goals. Nice in the game.
Third straight shutout for Ryan Fanti. 7th of the season, a shutout streak now longer than 205 minutes. And oh yeah, Minnesota Duluth, they're going to keep playing hockey.
Keep doing what they do in this tournament. A great effort from Michigan Tech, obviously down a Hobie Baker finalist for the majority of this game, but give the Bulldogs a lot of credit. They got that first goal, played really well with that lead. Like you probably said for the last 4 or 5 years, the Bulldogs in the NCAA tournament moving on.
Good showing by Michigan Tech, just a bad break, bad penalty early in the game. Usually changes games, and it did today. So the Huskies, their season is over. Minnesota Duluth, they look like they might be poised for another long run.
Anytime you have a guy like number 39 playing in net, you've got a shot. Exciting game today, got goals at the right time, and Mr. Fanti was excellent in net.
Thanks to our excellent ESPN crew, my partner Paul Caponegri, I'm Dan Kelly. Thanks for watching. We got one more to go here from Colorado as we send you back to the studio.
Dan and Kathy, thank you so much. It is remarkable to think that this team in Minnesota Duluth had an awful second half of the regular season, and here they are, 1 win away from another appearance in the Frozen for John Brickley and Raycroft, along with Mike Motto. Okay, so let's break down what Minnesota Duluth did, and it was in between the pipes, because Fanti has been just spectacular. 3 straight shutouts for Ryan Fanti. What do you like about his game?
Well, the 22-year-old's a stud, flat out. 28 saves against Knight, 83 saves in his last 2 games on 83 shots. That's 3 shutouts in a row for Ryan Fanti. He plays a pro style on top of all that. I love the way he handles the puck. He's big and strong. Look forward to seeing him play at the next level, but he's hoping he's going to play 3 more games at this level.
Yeah, he's so big and athletic, and as a defenseman, if I was playing in front of him, he provides a lot of confidence for the group. You know, if you have a breakdown, he's there to help you out. He's making that timely save. And Michigan Tech came with some good chances, and he made some quality saves to make sure that there was no momentum swing.
Certainly right now, Minnesota Duluth, the beneficiary of what has been a red-hot goalie going into this NCAA tournament. So, Minnesota Duluth with the victory moves on, 4 Eastern on Saturday. Now they await the winner of the top seed in the Loveland Regional, the hometown favorite, Denver, hosting a tournament regional final for the first time since 2004, going up against UMass Lowell. And really the headlines, guys, surrounding the junior, Bobby Brink for the Pioneers, leads the nation in scoring, 14 goals and 41 assists. Mats, he can do everything.
Yeah, I mean, has a real nice skill set, impressive hockey intellect, 41 apples, he's a gifted playmaker. He makes everyone around him better, but not for, his size is one thing. Kind of undersized player, but his compete level, he wins pucks. There's different ways to win pucks using his hockey intellect and his compete.
No question, he plays a monster game for a smaller stature kid. Second round, 34th overall by the Philadelphia Flyers. He's going to play at the next level. He has the skill set. He has the hockey sense, like you said, Motts. It'll be a blast to see him play. It's also going to be interesting, the hometown effect that Denver has tonight against UMass Lowell.
Well, also Brink mentioning him seeking to become the 3rd Denver player to win the Hobie Baker Award. The last one to do it, of course, was Will Butcher.
Motts.
Okay. Mott's way back in 2000. Hey, let's look at the Albany Regional. Harvard going up against Minnesota State, and Razor, early on, this was a Minnesota State team that was just firing on all cylinders.
It was all Minnesota for the first 30 minutes of the game anyways. Mr. Furry with a monster rocket there beating Gibson low blocker, but it was all Harvard after that, Motts.
Yeah, Sean Farrell here finding a way to get Harvard on the board behind the goal line, banking it off McKay. Very smart play to put the puck there.
Harvard had 2 goals in 48 seconds, and we thought for a moment, hey, this is going to be a game. Harvard has been on this improbable run, and then all of a sudden, Minnesota State putting a dagger to it.
They did with this wrister high, glove side on Gibson. 4-2, you think there's no chance Harvard's coming back, and then there's another glimmer of hope for Harvard with 3:31 empty net goal scored, and that's as close as they got was that right there for Mr. Coronado.
Unbelievable finish. Minnesota State wins 4-3, advancing to the regional final, 16 straight wins for the Mavericks. They now await the winner of North Dakota and Notre Dame coming up at the top of the hour here on ESPNU. North Dakota's head coach Brad Berry moments ago with our Dave Starman.
Brett, last year you brought a real veteran team to the national tournament. This year you bring a different kind of team, but it's a team that has gained a lot of veteran experience as the years go on. Can you walk us through how this team came together, especially in those last couple of weeks?
Well, new team together. We have 13 returners, 14 new players in our group here, and our guys just meshed together very well from the start of the year. And we went through a lot of adversity. We went through COVID, injuries, illness, a lot of different things, World Juniors, Olympics, everything like that. And our guys found a way to get through it, and not only get through it, but win games. And that's what we're going to be banking on tonight.
Next man up has been a big theme for you guys, and to me, this team has experienced that more than any other team. You've got some huge performances from some guys you didn't think were going to play as much as they have this year at the strength so far.
Yeah, absolutely. When you start the year, you got a kind of a preconceived conception of what's going to happen and who's going to play and stuff, but that all goes out the window as the game goes on and as the season goes on, and I thought our guys have done an outstanding job of taking more of a role, whatever role is thrown at them, excelling at it.
Puck management has certainly been something you've done very well, and you found some timely scoring. How important is that puck management component against a team like Notre Dame?
Well, it always is. It doesn't matter who you're playing again. It's one of those things where you got to manage pucks and not turn over pucks to give momentum to the other team. Like, this is a time of the year. 16 teams remain. They're all good teams. They're all highly skilled teams that you can't give the other team an offensive opportunity, and we got to be hard and heavy on pucks, and we got to make sure that we possess them most of the night.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Brad Berry has done a masterful performance in his 7th season, 14 newcomers this year. And talk about this matchup, here is a North Dakota team with an immense amount of pedigree, including 8 national championships, the last coming in 2016. Health has been the biggest issue, and Jake Sanderson's health is the main cause of concern for this program.
There's no question that the sophomore defenseman, one of the best players in the nation, not having him in the lineup for at least this weekend, how does that affect this team, and do they have enough to take on Notre Dame tonight?
With Tyler Clevin back in the lineup, that's a big boost for their back end. But as far as Notre Dame, Jeff Jackson, attention to details, he's a master of the details. It's going to be an interesting matchup.
Jeff Jackson, 17 years leading this Notre Dame program, 17-6-0. in the Big Ten this season. Notre Dame has been one of those teams, of course, dealing with COVID last year, was disqualified. How can this team rebound? Coming up at the top of the hour against North Dakota in the Albany Regional. First, we'll send you CFB 150, and then we'll see you at the top of the hour.